You're probably destroying yourself with anxiety and thinking, why am I like this? But don't worry, everyone was like you. I will give you simple solutions to help you. And my personal experience with social anxiety, how I crushed it, and how I became like Frank Abagnale. Sorry, I'm joking. It looks like I got excited. Let's go back to the main topic. Social anxiety isn't a defect. It's your brain's ancient survival code screaming, don't get kicked out of the tribe, we need these idiots to survive. Every human, you've ever met the cocky coworker, the smooth-talking stranger at the bar, your judgy aunt is running the same prehistoric software. The difference? Some people figured out how to hack the system. That flutter before a first date, the cold sweat during a presentation, those aren't signs of failure. They're your DNA doing backflips. For hundreds of thousands of years, fitting in meant avoiding the lethal consequences of isolation. Today, it might mean not having to eat lunch alone or feeling like an outsider at a party, but your brain hasn't updated its firmware. It still treats social rejection like an attack from a hungry lion. The twist? Anxiety isn't your enemy. It's your overzealous bodyguard. Instead of firing it, you learn to train it. Let me tell you something you won't hear on Instagram. You don't find yourself by staring at screens. You don't build a personality by racking up likes. You want to know who you really are? Go get your ass handed to you by real life. I'm not talking about dating apps or texting strangers. I'm talking about raw, unfiltered human moments, the kind that leave you sweating, laughing, or wanting to punch a wall. The kind you can't hashtag. When I was 17, I did something stupid. Saved up $1,000 from scrubbing toilets after school and bought a one-way ticket to Alaska alone. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't wait for friends. Just showed up in Anchorage with a backpack and zero plan. Found a hostel run by 4 strangers in their 30s, a bartender, a guy who fixed snowmobiles, and fisherwoman, and a dude who only spoke in Hunter S. Thompson quotes. I was the baby of the group. It was the worst night of my entire life, and the blankets felt like they were wet from the cold. Some of you have experienced this feeling and know it. But here's the thing. By day 3, we were share grilled fish at 2 a.m., arguing about whether aliens built the pyramids. By day 5, I was learning to gut fish from the trapper lady, while she told me about the time she outran a grizzly. By day 7, I'd accidentally become part of their weird little family. That trip cost me $1,000. What it gave me? Priceless. I came home with a scar on my hand from trying and failing to split firewood, the ability to swear in 3 new dialects, a phobia of moose, long story, friends who still FaceTime me every winter to ask when I'm coming back. But most importantly, I learned that the version of me sitting at home scrolling TikTok was a cardboard cutout, the real me, the one who could argue philosophy with strangers, laugh at his own incompetence, and sleep in a room that smelled like wet socks, and diesel only showed up when I got uncomfortable. You want to find yourself? Stop treating life like a Pinterest board. Go. Get lost in a city where you don't speak the language. Work a job that makes you want to cry in the walk-in freezer. Have a conversation with someone who thinks your beliefs are insane. Sleep somewhere that makes your childhood bedroom look like the Ritz. The magic happens when you're out of control, when you're the clueless newbie, the awkward outsider, the person who doesn't know the rules. That's where you meet the parts of yourself social media suffocates. And yeah, it'll hurt. You'll embarrass yourself. You'll say the wrong thing. You'll wish for the sweet relief of your Netflix queue, but buried under all that mess, that's where your actual personality lives. Not the curated avatar, but the flawed, fascinating human who can actually live a life worth posting about. Your comfort zone is a coffin, Alaska, or wherever is the shovel. Start digging. Let's get back to the main topic. So, charisma isn't innate. It's forged through countless awkward encounters. Every clumsy handshake, every botched joke, every conversation that died in mid-sentence, those are your social calluses. The guy who seems to light up a room didn't pop out of the womb spouting zingers. He bombed thousands of interactions first, learning from every cringe-worthy moment. Think of the first time you tried making small talk with a stranger. Your words stumbled out like unpracticed reps in a gym. Yet each of those moments builds new neural pathways. Your social skills, like calloused hands, toughen up over time. The magic is in the friction-smooth seas never made good sailors. People crave to be heard, not just listened to, but truly understood. Often, conversations collapse because you're too busy polishing your next brilliant comeback. The reality is brutal. Nobody cares about your rehearsed opinions if they don't feel your genuine attention. When someone vents about their toxic boss or raves about an odd hobby, don't interrupt with your own story. Instead, lean in and ask, what is it about that hooks you? In that pause, as you let them speak, their brain lights up like it's just hit a jackpot. Your silence becomes the ultimate power move, turning a mediocre chat into a memorable connection. Most people ask the boring questions, "What do you do?" which only skim the surface. Real connection comes when you dismantle small talk with raw, relentless curiosity. Instead of a tired, "How was your weekend?" challenge them with, "What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid?" Or, "What hill would you die on that everyone else thinks is stupid?" Such questions cut through the mundane and force people to reveal the parts of themselves they usually keep hidden. Genuine curiosity isn't just conversation. It's a full-on excavation of the unexpected, a way to uncover the wild stories, secret passions, and hidden quirks that make someone truly unique. Every person is a complex cocktail of different faces. There's the mask they proudly display, the shadow they despise, and the ghost of who they once were. That arrogant coworker, his mask screams confidence, but underneath, he's likely a scared kid scarred by rejection and might be harboring fierce dreams and bottled-up frustrations. Instead of judging someone based on a single aspect, recognize that you're seeing only part of the picture. When anger bubbles up in response to someone difficult, ask yourself, which version of them am I really seeing? This simple shift transforms snap judgments into empathy and opens the door for deeper understanding. Conversations aren't interviews with preset questions. They're scavenger hunts where every answer hides new clues. When someone mentions they're a teacher, don't settle for, "That's cool." Instead, probe deeper with, "What's the craziest thing a student has ever done in your class?" Each response should lead naturally to another question, moving from surface facts to deeper opinions and raw emotions. Let your curiosity guide you from one layer of conversation to the next, and you'll never run out of things to say. Every answer becomes a stepping stone, unlocking further mysteries and building a dialogue that's as engaging as it is unpredictable. Communication is more than words. It's also the language of the body. True connection happens in the quiet, almost imperceptible adjustments in your posture, tone, and even your blink rate. Instead of overtly mimicking someone, focus on small natural signals. If your conversation partner speaks softly, let your voice drop a notch. If they lean in, allow yourself to mirror that movement just a bit. These subtle gestures create an echo effect that reinforces the unspoken bond between you. It's not about copying every move, but about aligning your energy so that the other person feels genuinely understood and at ease. In a world obsessed with flawless images, a touch of vulnerability is revolutionary. Rather than masking your uncertainty, let a sliver of it shine through. A casual admission like, "I never really know what to say at these events," or a confession such as, "I once sat in my car for half an hour before I could join a meeting," strips away the pretension and builds immediate trust. Vulnerability is not about oversharing your darkest secrets. It's about showing that you're human, that you stumble and learn like everyone else. This honest exposure invites others to drop their own guards, turning a stiff, rehearsed interaction into a warm, genuine connection. When you're in a group, unspoken roles and dynamics come into play. Some people dominate with humor, others offer deep, thoughtful insights, and a few simply hover in the background. Instead of forcing a role or trying to control the conversation, let the group's natural rhythm guide you. If the atmosphere is light, throw in a joke. If it's serious, contribute with a meaningful observation. By reading the room and adapting your behavior accordingly, you seamlessly blend into the group without seeming forced. This natural adaptation not only makes you more likable, but also builds a sense of belonging that goes far beyond surface-level chatter. Every conversation is a rich tapestry woven from countless details. When someone shares a snippet about a recent adventure or a fleeting thought about a personal passion, there's a hidden story waiting to be unraveled. Follow these threads naturally and let them lead you into deeper territory. Think of your social skills as an engine that needs to be revved regularly to stay warm. A brief friendly exchange at a coffee shop or a quick, genuine greeting in passing can add up over time, gradually building a sense of familiarity and trust. It's the daily, consistent interactions that make the difference. Each small moment contributes to a larger, more meaningful relationship. Over time, this steady practice transforms the awkward and the uncertain into the natural and the confident. No one is perfect, and trying to be can often be counterproductive. Instead of masking your awkwardness or trying to project an image of unassailable confidence, let your genuine self come through, even if it's messy. Your stumbles, your quirks, your offbeat humor, they're all part of what makes you real. Embracing your imperfections not only makes you more relatable, but also invites others to do the same. When you drop the act and allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create an environment where authentic, deep connections can flourish. People remember the raw, honest moments far more than they do the polished, rehearsed ones. Remember, the anxiety you feel isn't a bug to be fixed. It's the price you pay to truly matter. It means you care, that you're invested in the connection, that you're alive. Instead of trying to erase it or hide from it, learn to harness it. Use that surge of adrenaline as fuel to engage, to connect, and to push through the fear. Your ancestors didn't survive by being indifferent. They survived by caring too much. So channel that ancient drive into building real, meaningful relationships. Every jittery moment is a reminder that you're in the game of life, fighting for connection. There's no magic pill that will erase social anxiety or instantly transform you into a smooth, charismatic conversationalist. It's a journey, a series of small, imperfect steps that gradually build your confidence and skill. Each awkward greeting, every uneasy silence, every burst of laughter in the midst of nervousness is part of the process. Embrace the raw, unfiltered truth of your social interactions. Recognize that every misstep is a lesson, every stumble an opportunity to rise, and every conversation a chance to become a better, more connected human being. Your tribe isn't waiting for a perfect performance. They're waiting for the real, beautifully flawed you. Get out there, talk to people, and let every interaction remind you that even the roughest edges can forge the strongest bonds. In a world full of polished robots, be the genuine, unapologetic human who dares to be imperfect. Look, I'm not going to hit you with some follow your dreams BS. Here's the truth. Life's messy. You'll forget to text people back. You'll bail on plans. You'll say the wrong thing and cringe about it at 2 a.m. But here's what matters. When you do show up, even half-assed, even awkward as hell, that's when the good stuff happens. The laughs that hurt your stomach, the conversations where you forget to check your phone, the moments where someone says, "Me too," and you feel less alone. So, call your mom. Not because you should, because she misses your voice. Forgive yourself for being a work in progress. And next time you're with someone you care about, put your damn phone away. Look at them. Really look. That's it. That's the secret. Go be a human. We're all figuring it out.